Welcome back to another edition of Ego on Break, and it's definitely a hot one because we are burning up.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mississippi and summertime and filming in cars and in parking lots.
Yep.
So, but yeah, so today we wanted to talk about experiences we've had meeting wrestlers, the good, the bad, the ugly. Maybe who was our favorite, who was our least favorite, all that kind of stuff. I guess we got a car show behind us, so I guess give us a second.
Clearly. Got the mom and daddy bought me this club one day.
The good thing about filming in parking lots is it's always loud.
Yes, it is.
So
Car alarms, douchebags.
yeah. But yeah, so do you have like this is my number one meet of wrestlers, like the best wrestler you met, or your favorite wrestler you met, or best wrestler you met with a story, or whatever, you know?
I mean, honestly, the one I looked forward to the most was Nick Foley and Hacksaw. Dr. Death was really cool.
I didn't get to meet him for some reason. I guess I was out of pocket.
Kamala.
Kamala was fun. Jake was unique. But like, if you had to put this one person, like this is my by far number one.
Oh, that went out of his way and actually just talked to you was probably Buff Bagwell.
Yep.
And a lot of people crap on
That's
Buff.
what he is actually my pick. Like,
he's the guy that he pulled us to the side, after doing the three-way that one night. It was me and Marcel and Justin, and he gave us some advice of what we did good, what we should have changed just a little bit here, but I mean, it was nothing but positive, man.
Right.
And that's why I saw a little while back that he kind of caught up with some of his demons, and I was like, I really felt bad for the guy, because every time I've ran into him, he was there at the very first show we went to, where Rick Steiner tried to make me want to whip myself, but I mean, he was really cool.
He's been my favorite one to meet, I think, is him. I mean, I've had, I don't know, 5 or 6 encounters with him, and every time just a coolest person. Like, he doesn't treat you that you're beneath. I mean, he's very respectful to you. It goes out of his way to speak to you, and just, he doesn't let the little bit of fame he had go to his head. He doesn't come in like he's a big time or anything like that. I mean, I've actually seen him get on the guys for not hustling, like not working hard.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's my favorite. The one time that my favorite Buff Bagwell story, well, I have 2. The first one is, we had went to Louisiana and was doing the show, had all the names on it or whatever, and we were just like enhancement talent, and we went to a gas station, had a Subway in it, and they wouldn't serve us. Like, they're, no, we're closed up or whatever. But then Buff and Eric Watt shows up, and Buff starts doing his thing, and like, they quit mopping, they opened up back the food, they fixed them food.
Yeah, Buff mopped their floors.
Yeah, but just a cool dude. Like, he was like, let me mop while you're fixing our food or whatever.
Buff's
I mean,
in these damn nut hugger shorts that are pink.
Yeah, just shorts.
Mopping the
shorts
floor.
And tennis shoes on, nothing else.
Yeah, and I'm like, we were on the same show.
Yeah, but we couldn't get food, but he did. We're eating
some nasty ass gas station sandwich and
they're getting
stale chips.
And not that Subway is a whole lot better, but compared to what we had,
it would have beat that any day of the week.
That was one. And then we were at an event in Kosciuszko, and it was only 4 or 5 of us left in the locker room. There was some big thing going on at the end or whatever. And it was like me and like Chuck McMullen and Buff and like maybe 1 or 2 more people. Me and Chuck's talking to him or whatever. And this is right around the time that there, I guess in the news, like a lion had got killed or something. And it was a lot of things. So Buff was like, it's rough and pretty bad, blah, blah, blah. And Chuck just goes like, screw that line. Like, there's people getting killed and blah, blah, blah. And like, he just goes off on Buff. And you could just see Buff's eyes go from like excited because he was like just into the conversation to like, okay, guess I stepped on And then a little word like, dang, and then he's like, yeah, screw that line. Like, so like,
Wow.
but like, you know, like Chuck's had like 10 matches. So I mean, like, him just going off on Buff was pretty fun. And I'll never forget that. It was just funny stuff. And then the time we did the thing at the college at Jackson State University,
Oh,
and you know, Buff just comes in. As soon as he walks in, he sees there's people there. Boom, off come the shirt, out come the Sharpies, and dudes hustling, man. Like, and I was like, that guy has figured out how to make the most money at a wrestling event. Like,
him and Rakishi probably pulled a buttload of them.
I mean, everybody, all the other names, where they're walking in and they're just going to the locker room. They're trying to avoid the fans, and Buff's like, money.
You don't get there for free.
But I mean, you know, he may have sold you an autograph and a picture, but he talked to you too.
Yeah.
Like, he probably spent 4 or 5 minutes with every fan, and it was just super cool, you know.
So, I mean, a lot of people tell all these bad stories, and I'm just like, I'm glad we didn't get that guy.
Yeah.
He was always a nice guy.
I mean, I guess this is a praise Buff episode.
I mean, it really is.
But he was cool. Kamala was great. The once I think I've done 2 events with him.
I did 3 total.
And he was super nice, super cool. And I tell the story, like the first time I was at an event, I was a little scared of Kamala because, I mean, I believed, you know what I mean? And then when I heard him talk and whatever, I was like, oh man, it was such a
Southern could be too.
It was such a letdown because I don't know what I was expecting, but
Ooga booga spear, what the hell, dude?
But like I was so let down.
Truck driver from Mississippi.
I was like, poor Kamala, you ruined my childhood. And then I found out that he was a singer and he had the blues CD, and I'm like, not my Kamala. So, but he was such a cool dude, man. Like he was not a big league, you know. I mean, he was just down to earth guy.
I always regret. He's the one I never got a picture with, and I regretted that.
Yep. Because we were brought in like, oh, you don't take pictures with people. That's a no-no.
Shit, I still took him anyway. I guess behind that would be like I tell you, a lot of people probably say the same thing, but I thought Sid was cool. We worked with Sid twice, and Sid lost to Mike Carter.
Yeah.
What did he tell you? He goes, "Why the hell would I win here, kid? I'm not coming back."
Yeah, I'm not coming back. Yep.
You know, and he put Carter over here. He didn't have to do that by any means. You're talking about a former champion of multiple freaking federations. You know, and he said, "Let me put him over."
I don't know if I have. I guess the one person I had just.
I had a bad experience, but the guy's dead, so I hate to talk shit about him.
Well, who's yours?
Brian Christopher.
Brian Christopher.
And I had one really good experience with him when he worked with Brickhouse one night.
I mean, he was just depending on what Brian showed up.
Yeah, I don't want to say nothing bad because what happened was real shitty, and I don't like it to this day.
Well, mine was Jazz. I think that was my worst experience, and not that she was like rude or ugly or.
Jazz was cool with me because I went and trained with her and Rodney Mack for a little while.
But the one time like we had booked her or whatever, and like we had the girl come from Canada, and Jazz like, I'm not putting her over and blah blah blah, and I guess it wasn't rude from like a fan standpoint because she, like I say, she was cool as could be.
Yeah.
Just from a business standpoint, she was the fun. But then come to find out, like she had worked this girl like 10 times already. So like she already knew her. There was stuff there, but she was acting like she couldn't. And then I had experience with Rodney like that, and that was a little letdown because I'd had like 5 or 6 or 7 experiences with Rodney. He was super cool every time, and then just the one time kind of ruined it.
They knocked your ass out too.
No, well, that don't. I mean, that was a whole nother thing. But like, I mean, I worked him again, and like.
Yeah, and he didn't powder you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he got my tag partner.
Yeah.
But, like, I was kicking the shit out of him and stuff. So, I mean, I knew what was coming, but he was light as a feather with me.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what he had been in the past, you know. But, so he was cool. I mean, I don't guess I have just a real bad experience with anybody. I mean, I guess the only other one was close was, like, the time with X-Pac, and X-Pac, like, it didn't have his knee pads or something happened with his knee pads or whatever.
No, that was more funny than bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't say it's bad, but like, I was like, hey, you could use mine. So he uses mine, and then he like tries to take them and like steal them. And I don't think he was stealing them. I think he was like, I took my gear, I'll put it in my bag, but I had to go like, hey, can I have my knee pads back, please? So I mean, I don't guess there was any real bad experiences.
Like I said, my worst.
I mean, I guess Jake
involved-
was the worst one.
Yeah, Jake was probably.
I mean-
that I could think of with you was Jake.
I mean, I don't think I've met anybody that was just ugly, you know?
Yeah. And I ain't gonna say Jake was. Well, I don't know. You dealt with him. I met him for like 5 seconds. That was it.
Me too. I mean, honestly.
I
Like,
talked to him more on the phone that one time when I was trying to book him, and his manager or whatever she was that took the. I was told it was his daughter later
yeah,
on.
I think that's who it
And
was.
she was like, "You were such a nice person, and most people are real jackasses to deal with." I said, "Ma'am, I'm just trying to cut a deal."
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I can either deal myself into a good situation or a bad,
Or a bad situation. That's right.
You know, and so shine your brightest when you're trying to get good deals.
I mean, is there anybody that you met that you really didn't think you would be able to meet? Like
Probably Foley.
Foley?
Foley was like that one. Like I was like, I'll never get to meet this guy. He's in
Yeah.
WWE, but then like he retired, and then all of a sudden he hit the Indies. Like he hit the Indies right at the time we got in.
Right.
So I mean, that was a weird coincidence. I mean, like right as we're going into our first few matches, he starts riffing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was kind of an odd thing, you know. X-Pac was cool to me. There was a bunch of them that were really cool.
Right.
But the ones that, like I said, that stuck out to me, that were always good to me. And like I say, I know you said you had it with Rodney, but Rodney treated me great,
Yeah.
man. I was
Like I
in
said,
his
I don't have,
house,
I can't
ate
say
food
bad
good,
things
no.
about it. I mean,
But it was a business thing.
it was a
one
business
thing.
thing,
I
yeah.
understand
So I
what you're
mean, you can separate personal from business.
Yeah.
Rodney, the dude that was not doing business with me, was cool. Because like when we did the first started and we were like the enhancement talent on those guys, like he had just got fired, like, you know, like a couple months, I guess, like 90 days before that.
Yeah.
And
I
so
thought
a
he
lot of the
went out
guys,
right with Foley.
Yeah.
Honestly.
like a lot of the guys, like at that show, they're like, no, the big
Him.
names are over here, and the little names are over there. And like he and Jazz came to our locker room, was like, you know, we're no better than y'all, kind of deal.
D-Lo did too.
Yeah, D-Lo did too, absolutely.
D-Lo Brown. He was really cool. We met him twice.
Yeah, he was very cool.
When he was holding somebody's bag for him.
Yeah. You know, the weirdest was Buddy Landale.
Buddy. Yeah, I got nothing good to say about that dude. He was a complete asshole.
Yeah, he may be
And
the worst
again,
one.
he's dead, man. I mean, I hate
I'm a Buddy Landale fan. Dude could talk.
Well, he was an
But at the same
asshole.
time, like, depending on what Buddy showed up was depending on what you got.
Like, he slammed the door in my face when I was trying to get everybody's music. Lex Luger opens the door and goes, "Sorry, that guy's just a complete fucking asshole. He's behind in the times." Shook my hand and apologized. Him and
Lex
Buff
was
both
nice.
apologized.
Yeah, Lex was nice. Rick Steiner was nice.
Rick was alright after he intimidated the ever loving shit out of me.
That's the good part.
But he was just fucking with me. That's all that was.
Heidenreich was a weird dude to do business with.
We did an autograph signing how I met him, and I had my leather mask on, and I come around the corner and I come face to chest with him. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And he goes, "How's the guy in a leather mask going?" And "Oh shit" to me. I was like, "Well, look at you. Your head. I'm at your chest, and you're way up there." Yeah.
I mean, but he was a little unique.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't guess have anything bad. Like,
I said, dude, we were having some kind of charity show, and he needed like $100 to come, and I just didn't have it.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Man, I'll come for this." I'm like, "Dude, you gotta understand, I got like this, but you're wanting this." But
because
he
we
was,
used
like,
him a
begging
good
to come
bit
on shows.
there for a little while.
And he was really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because he showed up one time with like a chihuahua, like, and he was like he needed he's like, "I need my own room, but like only so I can put the dog." You know, he's like, "I'll come and mingle with everybody, but then I want to go back in there because the dog bites." So like he couldn't like let the dog around people because it bit folks. So that was pretty cool.
Was there anybody? Well, I always thought like John. I mean, John was up to Ring of Honor. I think that's the highest he ever really went. But I mean, he's always been nothing but down to earth. And cool with us.
I mean, John Davis is like a mentor for all us ego guys.
Pretty much,
Like,
you know, I mean,
we
I've
talk to
never
this
worked
guy
the
every day.
But still, he sent me matches like he didn't have to send me to let me be able to see them.
I mean, I literally, like, we're in a group message with him and we talk to him every day.
Yeah.
Like, he's the, you know, like the nucleus of pro wrestling ego, I guess. Like,
Basically, if you got advice you need to go to him, you go to
yeah.
him.
I mean, he kind of took us all under his wing as like, this is going to be my like wrestling stepchildren or something, and
But
so
he's
we owe
always
him.
been there.
I mean, I owe him tons. He's good. Like John Davis is a guy that should be somewhere,
He's not.
and I don't understand why he's not. And even if it wasn't from we're gonna bring you in to wrestle, like he should definitely be a mind behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like if you're a big company and you're watching this, like he's the guy you should be like tapping into. I mean, 100%. Like, dude's real. He's not gonna tell you anything bad, and even if it's bad advice, it's coming from him in the fact that he thinks it's good, and not that he's ever gave me bad advice, but just saying like, even his bad advice is good advice, because he's genuine when delivering. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But he's amazing. Like he's been super, super good to us. And
he's one of those guys. Anytime you've had Michael Logan, Jeff Cobb,
Yep.
people of that standard of wrestling, and you want that ROH style match, John was a guy to grab.
Yeah. And I mean, those guys, when we brought them in, like you bring those guys in, and like they all were like got mad respect for John. Like,
nothing
they
but
all
respect.
they all knew who he was. Like, and those guys were cool to deal with when we brought
Logan
those
and
in.
Cobb were both very nice. I talked to Cobb just a little bit, but he was talking about how, I guess, I ain't gonna say he couldn't stand the character he was in what was it, Underground?
Oh yeah, because of
Like,
the jumpsuit and the
I
mask. and
guess,
stuff.
dude. I wrestled in a jumpsuit one time.
Yeah.
I'd never do it again. You'll die.
Yeah, I did about
Like,
400
bro,
matches in a
everything
jumpsuit.
to your toes, sweat.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. It looks like you took a bath when you get out of that thing.
And even like on like, I'm gonna say like lesser known names, guys like Vordell and Steve Anthony, and I mean I don't have anything bad to say about
Steve
these
Anthony
guys.
is very quiet but down
I mean,
to earth
Steve
guy.
Anthony is hard to get. Like we got him. I've been trying to get him for like 3 or 4 years, and finally got him. It was like right after the NWA Junior Heavyweight Title stuff or whatever. He's coming back from Japan, and his other wrestling like Liger and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we get him here, and just the
He
nicest
wrestled
guy.
Davis, didn't he?
Wrestled John once, wrestled Fury once, wrestled Dax Anthony in the Southern 8. But just a cool guy.
And
you know?
like, I know a lot of people don't know who he is, but John Saxton.
Luke Hawks was cool. Like Saxon is
John
good.
Saxton was always great to us. He's another one. If you asked advice, you might not like the answer he gives
Right,
you, but he's going to give you
he was
out of
genuine
his
with giving
brain
it. Yeah,
what he thought.
Luke Hawks, like I've heard people that yay and nay on Luke, but like Luke's always done me
A
fair.
little bit
Like
of talking I did with him. He was really cool. I carried him what was the porn federation?
XPW.
XPW. He's like, where the hell did you get this one?
Oh yeah, because he was Altar Boy Luke.
Yeah, because he signed it. He said, man, I ain't had one of these to sign forever. He goes, I need to get a copy of this. I was like, yes, when you become the XPW hardcore champion or something.
I do have a bad experience with a guy. Didn't meet him, but talked to him for a while online. And Jimmy Rave. Like, Jimmy Rave was that guy that was giving sad stories to people and then stealing their money. And he ripped me off for about $30.
Wow.
Like he was like, oh, I'm gonna have this surgery, my foot, this arm, whatever. I don't remember exactly what was going on. And he's like, I've got a bunch of shows. He's like, I'm not asking for money, I'm just trying to sell my T-shirt. And I was like, hey, dude, I respect the hustle, big fan because of the toilet paper shit. Now I know why I ain't got toilet paper thrown on him because he was a piece of shit. But yeah, man, like, so I bought like a T-shirt.
So he jacked you, huh?
And jacked me, man. And then like,
You
I mean, I had been talking to him for like a month.
You gave him an unwanted donation.
Yep. Yeah, I guess so. Look, I take that back. Maybe he wasn't a piece of crap, but maybe he was just having crap times. And
It happens to us all.
but but then I had heard like he got bad on drugs and stuff, and so I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. So
Sorry, it sounded like Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Yeah.
there for a minute.
for sure. But wrapping this up, you got anything to? Is there anybody out there you'd like to meet? That's possible, like could be possible to
Right
meet?
now, it'll probably be Danhausen.
Danhausen.
Honest to God. I know we ain't talked about Ring of Honor in a while, but I was going to tell you they got a match coming up with the Beer City.
Yeah.
It's going to be him and it's going to be Danhausen and PCO against Beer City.
Oh wow. That's what it is.
That's a match I would say. Also, would tell you this one because you belong to the Chicken House Wrestling Federation. The Briscoe brothers are going to have a final match. And it's going to be at the Chicken House.
I saw that.
And I was like, boy, if this don't reach too many damn places with me and you, it ain't even funny, man.
It's my start, man. But yes, so next time you get an opportunity to wrestle in a chicken house,
don't do it because the chicken shit stinks.
don't do it. But watch wrestling,
Watch wrestling.
and watch Ego on Break. So later, guys.